This is so sad. I can't even laugh at this.
Everything is going wrong.
Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to Hayley and Stella. I'm Stella.
And I'm Hayley.
And today we're back with a different kind of reaction from what maybe you were expecting or what we've been doing. We've been doing a bunch of Stephen King movies. Originally today we thought we were going to do Misery. However, you guys, we'd have to buy that, and look at me. I'm not made of money. Like, that's too much. That's crazy for me. So we maybe will watch that down the line, but for right now, I don't know that I felt like owning the movie Misery. But we decided to kind of do a total 180 and watch a movie that came up in our Pet Sematary reaction. Hayley, this is one of your favorite movies. We're going to be reacting to My Cousin Vinny. So this is from the 80s, the 90s?
It's like 92, I think.
Early 90s. I have never seen this movie. The only thing I know about it, I know the scene. Marissa Tomei obviously has her like super famous monologue. I've seen that clip.
Oscar-winning monologue.
She won the Oscar for this?
She won an Oscar for this role.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, you know, obviously, like, it's been confirmed. This was an amazing performance, but I literally don't know anything beyond that. I don't know the context of the scene, anything like that. So, total blind reaction for me. Hayley has seen this a bunch of times. Basically, this is going to be Hayley showing me a movie that she really likes, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Full-length reaction, as always, is going to be in our Patreon, so if you want to see us react without any cuts or edits, that's always there. It's linked in our bio. Please go check it out. Yeah, let's get into the movie.
I'm so excited. Like, this is one of my favorite movies ever. My dad and I...
That's exciting.
Like, have seen it a million times, and we quote it to each other all the time.
I do know, I was going to say, this is one of those movies that I've always felt like I'm missing out and not having seen because of how many people quote it. Oh yeah. I had a huge crush on him as a kid.
Really?
I was so brokenhearted because my mom had to be like, oh, I had a crush on him when I was a kid, and I was like, wait a minute, that means
he's like...
he's not my age anymore.
Uh-oh.
I had to put two and two together. I was like, oh no.
Oof, those logs are giving Final Destination.
Really, I hate driving behind. That's my least favorite thing to drive behind is anything with that big load. What?
Fred Gwynn, the guy, the actor. He's the one from Pet Sematary. He's the reason why we're watching this movie.
One more tuna, okay?
It's got protein. We need protein. Well, I'm getting it for myself.
67 cents.
Can you fill this up?
Bro, that is an empty cup. Come on. Give him his slush.
I was going to say, not just empty, it came out like liquid. I'm like, that's not a slush, come on.
Jesus. Look, I forgot to pay for this.
You could have gotten caught. What if somebody saw? You know what the minimum age for execution is in Alabama?
What, 16?
10.
Is that real? Or at least was it real back then?
Uh-oh. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Right, there's a cop behind us, that's all. There's nothing wrong, it's no problem.
The light went on, bro.
But now just relax.
Nothing, we're getting pulled over, aren't we? You stole something, didn't you? You're finished.
Shut up, all right?
What is he pulling them over for, though? I'm so curious.
Show me your hands! Now put your hands on top of your head and get out of the car!
How are you supposed to do that with your hands on your head?
Yeah.
There's number 3 and 5.
Ridiculous. All this over a can of tuna.
I was gonna say, this is not about tuna. What the hell?
Nope. Our boy got.
Heard that someone shot Jimmy Willis.
He's dead.
Why are we suspects? What have we done in the past?
He's the clerk at the shop they were just at.
Do you know why you're here?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry, it was a stupid thing to do.
Never do that. You say, what are you charging me for?
But I want you to know, Stan, he had nothing to do with it.
Did he help you plan it?
No, I mean,
Ugh.
it wasn't...
Use more words, man. Be more descriptive, and all this will get cleared up in an instant.
An accessory?
You didn't try to stop it.
I didn't know what was happening. I found out later in the car.
Did you get out? Call the police then.
He's my friend.
Bad. Bad thing to say.
I figured the weather and the scenery would be nicer going through the south. And I forgot about the can of tuna fish, and then we left.
But he knew about it.
I'm surprised the cops aren't being more explicit with what they're asking.
You killed a man.
Car, and that's it.
When'd you shoot him?
Pardon?
At what point did you shoot the clerk?
I shot the clerk.
Hey, Dean, we need you out here.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! Wait a minute!
That was such an Italian. Wow.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I'm being booked for murder, and you're being booked for accessory to murder.
We need to call an attorney, a great attorney.
No. I'm calling my...
Mom will help.
Yeah.
Hello, Ma. It's in Beecham County, Alabama, Ma. We've been arrested. Ma, please.
She's freaking out.
First of all, we didn't do it, all right? Murder. Ma.
There's no
Murder.
good way to say this to your mom.
We think they're trying to set us up as patsies, Ma. You know how corrupt it is down here?
Clans here, they're inbred, they sleep with their sister.
Dude.
The whole entire precinct is listening, my guy.
All right, Ma, listen. We gotta get an attorney, and it's gonna cost a lot of money.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, he is? Well, that's a great idea. We got an attorney in the family.
Great, who?
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny.
Roll credits.
Best damn attorney out there for sure. 100%.
Joe
No
Pesci.
shenanigans will ensue.
The New York energy in this tiny Alabama town is wild.
Yeah, truly.
Those boots are everything.
Nothing. You stick out like a sore thumb around here.
And you don't?
You?
I fit in better than you. At least I'm wearing cowboy boots.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I prepped for this.
But the Chinese food here is terrible.
You got mud in your tires.
I got mud in my tires.
Yep. Yeah, we're famous for our mud.
It's your Chinese food.
You just keep on asking
I
about
don't
Chinese
blame her.
food.
Listen, Chinese food is
I
delicious.
would miss Chinese food. Yeah, I would miss, if I was in a place with no Chinese food or no good Chinese food, I'd lose it.
Our jail was condemned this morning. And that's why we're bringing you all out to the state corrections.
The state got their jail got condemned.
Back the gate.
I feel like I don't think you could count a confession to the crime as a confession if the crime is not explicitly stated. Like, isn't that the job of someone who's trying to get a confession is to get the person to be like, I murdered A, B, and C for these reasons.
Yeah.
Like, don't you need that? I feel like.
Listen, it's a movie. We gotta have wacky misunderstandings.
No, I just like to believe that the world was a free-for-all in the early 90s.
Have you had any murder cases before?
None. This will be my first.
Yeah, what does he specialize in?
What kind of law do you practice?
Well, up till now, personal injury.
You're a trial attorney, right? I mean...
Well, actually, this would be my first foray into the trial process.
Oh, boy.
First case.
You haven't had to go to court yet. How long have you been practicing?
Almost 6 weeks.
Thanks, Mom.
He's the only one they can afford.
Man, you graduated from law school 6 years ago.
Studying for the bar. I didn't pass my first time out.
It's the second time, right?
I'm afraid not.
How many times have you taken it?
Nope. For me, 6 times was a charm.
He's like, well, we're gonna die.
Our boy.
How long you been practicing?
Almost 16 years.
Any murder cases?
You can't lie to a judge, dude. Stop it.
When you come into my courtroom, you ought to know the letter of the law. I'll react harshly when you don't. I expect you know this information.
Oh, gosh.
Right.
You willing to accept those terms?
Just this?
Man does not have a sense of humor.
On one hand, though, I feel like there is zero evidence to back up that they did do it.
That you know of.
I don't know. I'm assuming there are no eyewitnesses, no nothing. So maybe this isn't as hard of a case. I don't know. That's it. I'm putting a blonde streak in my hair, guys. I'm doing it. This movie made me... It goes on for so long, too. I love places like this. Oh, they
Cute
fill me
little
with such warmth.
diner.
Breakfast?
You think?
Just the most
I mean,
lard
you
you've
gotta
ever
grease.
seen.
You gotta grease it. I was gonna say, but that's so much.
You guys down here hear about the ongoing cholesterol problem in the country?
Doesn't that look scrumptious?
Pigs, bacon, and grits.
What's this
He's
over here?
so East Coast.
It's made out of corn. Them hominy grits.
Just take a bite, dude. It's not gonna kill you.
I was gonna say
You simmer it in
Keeps
water
asking
for
the
15
questions.
to 20 minutes. Put it on the plate and add butter.
But also, this guy could give you some privacy. He doesn't have to stare you down.
Well, I think they're the only
"Do you
people
like the grits?"
in the whole diner. I love this for her.
Nah,
She's
I
like
see someone
documenting
behind
your
him.
first time eating grits. Put on his best leather coat for court.
Is it bad that I've always wanted to be in a court? I have no interest in law, really. Like, I could never be a lawyer. I could never really get involved. But I've always just wanted to be one of the people that sits and watches the trial. Just for the drama, man.
That's not weird.
Jim Trotter III, District Attorney of Beecham County.
Your clients are charged with first-degree murder. How they plead?
My
Don't
client-
talk to me sitting in that chair.
This is gonna be painful. I don't like when authority figures get mad.
It's
What are you wearing? When you come into my court looking like you do, you not only insult me, but you insult the integrity.
Yeah, Judd is a lot less chill in this movie than he was in Pet Sematary.
Yeah, much less.
Next time you come into my courtroom, you will look lawyerly. Wear a suit and tie, and that suit better be made out of some kind of...
Not leather.
What if he pulls
Good,
up
you
and he
may
pulls him in a
continue. How do
full
your
leather
clients
suit?
plead?
My clients are caught completely by surprise.
Did they plead not guilty?
No,
Yes, they do plead.
They do
You got-
plead not guilty.
Don't say no to that. Don't be like, no, of course not.
Guilty or not guilty?
Your Honor, my clients didn't do anything.
If I hear anything other than guilty or not guilty, you'll be in contempt.
You have it crystal clear.
How do your clients plead?
I think I get the point.
No.
I don't think you do. You're now in contempt
Dude,
of
don't
court.
do that. What is wrong with you? Just say not guilty.
Guilty.
Yeah, now I'm pissed at him a little bit.
Bail
He's
him
just,
and
he's a
set it
yap.
To Gambini into custody. His bail will be set at $200.
Because he's in contempt of the court.
You have to bail me out, you know that, right?
Like, we're gonna die.
You screw up and those boys get fried. So you think you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing.
It's a valid question.
We can't afford to keep bailing you out. I already cashed in half the traveler's check. I tried hustling the money, but I got stiffed.
What do you mean you got stiff?
Uh-oh.
New York's not gonna let that
Side
go.
quest.
With their sunglasses.
That's how I want to enter every building.
They're so cool.
What's this guy's issue? Oh, that's the guy. Ooh.
The whole
Awful,
drumstick
awful,
was
awful.
is wild.
I believe you and Lisa played a game of pool for $200, which she won.
How about if I just kick your ass?
Oh, a counter offer. What if I was just to kick the ever-loving shit out of you?
In your dreams.
Oh, no. In reality.
He
Listen,
looks so excited to say it, too.
I'd be scared.
Let me see the money.
I have the money.
Show it to me.
I can get it.
You can get it, then we'll fight.
Pleasure doing business with you.
He blew the arraignment. It's a simple procedure. What am I saying? You saw what happened in there.
What else are you gonna do? You don't have a choice.
Hire him. He's family. You know, and my mother, the way our health is right now.
Wouldn't your mother be more upset if you die?
Plink.
Leaky faucet.
Why'd you turn it off?
I did turn it off.
Why am I listening to it?
Did it ever occur to you it could be turned off and drip at the same time?
Maybe you didn't.
This is such
twist
a
it
dumb thing to
hard.
argue about.
I know, they really do like to fight about everything.
You will see that this particular model faucet torque. I routinely twist maximum allowable.
Twuckage.
Twuckage.
1019 Laboratory Edition Signature Series torque wrench. because a split second before
What are they even saying?
handle, it had been calibrated by top members of the state and federal department.
What a strange form of foreplay this is.
Yep.
We gotta move.
And saw two young men run out from the sack of sun.
They do got an eyewitness, unfortunately.
I was making my breakfast. I saw them two boys go into the store. Later, I heard a gunshot. Running out, got into the car, and drove off. It is.
Thank you.
He's just inspecting his pen.
Two boys run out of the sack of suds, jump in this car, and take off.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there were a lot of people there. Mm-hmm. Interesting. It's starting to feel like a setup.
Court finds sufficient evidence exists for this matter to go to trial. Mr. Gambini, stand up.
Look at his tie.
Now, didn't I tell you next time you appear in my courtroom that you dress appropriately?
You were serious about that?
Oh my god.
Always the contempt of the court.
Why didn't you ask?
Why wouldn't you assume that he was serious?
You fucking up this case or what?
I explained it to you already, didn't I? It's just procedure.
Yeah. You gotta take this a little more seriously, dude.
Oh, I was in jail.
I know,
don't need
at
you
this
to
point,
point it
it's
out
like
to
your
me, okay?
livelihood too.
You're supposed to stand by your man, you know.
Not when you're being stupid.
Yeah.
You were wonderful in there. The way you handled that judge. Oh, you're a smooth talker. You are.
I love her.
You know, you ragging on me is not going to give me any great spontaneous knowledge.
Yeah.
So shut it.
Just how they talk to each other.
I know.
I'm really scared.
You should be.
I could win this thing, though. I know I could.
I think that once you're out there, I think you're going to be really great.
But also, how long does it take to learn like the standard court procedures for something like this? I feel like you could just. I feel like, I'm not saying he's doing something wrong. I think there's probably a better approach, something that could work better for him. Pigs?
They also didn't go to bed until 3 a.m.
Earbuds.
When you're around the farm areas, people get up real early to do their chores.
Oh yeah, they have to. They have to. There's too much to do.
Look, I think we should meet with the public defender.
My name is John Gibbons, and I'm an attorney in the public defender's.
Do we like this guy?
Well, he wants to go with the public defender. I'm going with the public defender, too. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to him, though. On one hand, yes, but this is about more than him feeling rejected.
Maybe I could have handled the preliminary a little better, okay? I admit it. But what's most important is winning the case.
I believe you. And for the sake of this movie, I know you're gonna do it, but I wouldn't trust him.
Let me question the first witness. If after that point you don't think that I'm the best man for the job, fire me. I exist for that one chance.
All right. I mean,
the man makes a strong point.
He does.
There goes the quintessential Lord.
Somebody just got.
Really dark undertones to this entire film.
I know. This is a comedy, but they're also on trial for murder.
There are so many great comedies that exist like this. That you're like, when I look at this more seriously, it's pretty damn depressing.
How do I know that's not a bunch of ones with a 20 wrapped around it?
It's $200.
Fan it out. Show it to me.
He saw right through you, bro.
Yeah, right.
I like these sequences. They're good for illustrating that he's not an idiot. Mm-hmm. He just has to channel. He has to channel his abilities.
They have to stop staying up so late because they're going to sleep at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then getting woken up at 5:30. I think he needs to invest in some really solid earplugs. It's laughable at this point.
Does that freight train come through at 5 a.m. every morning?
No, sir. It's very unusual.
Well, I got a bullshit traffic ticket. I went to court. The judge, Judge Malloy, then he says to me, you know what? You'd be a good litigator. So I went to law school.
That's wild.
I remember when I graduated, he was so proud of me.
That's quite a...
That's so sweet.
I kind of like that this prosecutor's also just having him over for a drink.
Hey, what are you doing this afternoon?
You going hunting?
That's right. Think of last night.
You gotta get some info out of him.
He let me look at his file.
Clever.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you're gonna shoot a deer?
Oh my gosh.
Harmless, leaf-eating, doe-eyed little...
I'm with her.
Yeah.
The guy will lose respect for me. Would you rather have that?
Slam.
What about these pants I got on? You think they're okay?
Imagine you're a deer. Bam! A fucking bullet rips off part of your head. Your brain...
She's... I love her.
I asked you, would you give a fuck what kind of pants the son of a bitch who shot you was wearing?
He's gonna do it anyway.
I'd sure like to get a look at your files.
You would? That's okay. I'll have my secretary do it. Shirley?
I don't know how much you know about law.
Case from Mr. Gambini.
But he's legally
Yeah.
required to give him the files.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Wow, I did not know that. I mean,
It's
it kind of
because
makes
you have
sense,
to
I
know
think.
what the other person's evidence against you is, and they're legally
Yeah, of
required
course.
to give you. Yeah.
He's letting us use his hunting cabin as soon as he gets back. It's in the woods. It's quiet. You reading this book? Don't read this book. Okay?
Why?
Yeah, she could learn stuff too, bro, to help you.
Don't you want to know why Trotter gave you his files? He has to. By law, you're entitled. He has to show you everything. Otherwise, it could be a mistrial.
How'd you go to law school and not know that?
They didn't teach you that in law school
I honestly...
Like, I didn't go to law school.
This feels like it's applicable even for, like, personal injury lawyers. No? 5 a.m. Gotta stop putting your glassware on the table, dude.
You told me that freight train hardly ever comes through here at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Supposed to come through at 10 after 4.
Oh my gosh.
I just got a fax from the New York State office. They have no records of Vincent Gambini ever trying any case in the entire state of New York.
20 years ago, I became an actor.
He's just making it up on the spot.
Anyway, I had to change my name, which I did legally.
What name is that?
Jerry Gallo.
Oh my god.
Jerry Gallo. You can still call me Gambini.
What name did you tell him?
Jerry Gallo.
Oh my god, he just stole a name of a random guy, you dude.
I think that was a smart move.
Yeah, well, the man is a seriously accomplished lawyer.
His name was in the papers all last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you didn't actually read the
Did he
article.
die?
Why is that?
Because he's dead.
Oh my god.
Oh, the fits are fire! The
Yeah.
fits!
She's slaying.
We agreed to get married as soon as you won your first case. Meanwhile, 10 years later, my biological clock is ticking like this. And the way this case is going,
That's one of the
Babe,
things
you look
I
25.
quote. I quote all the time. It's
need
my
I
biological
swear to
clock
God,
is
I do
ticking.
not need this right now.
And meanwhile, she looks 25.
She looks so young.
Is there any more shit we could pile on to the top of the outcome of this case?
maybe it was a bad time to bring it up.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
It's a skinwalker, bro. What the hell? Oh.
An owl.
Oh, I got a little guy.
He just shoots randomly.
Screech owls are freaking adorable, man. It's a little guy.
Under the stars.
I don't see no stars.
The universe literally said, you will never get a good night's sleep.
They hate him.
Rain can be nice, so like ambient noise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not so bad. I could definitely sleep in a rainy car. The mud! Ah, they set it up!
Because it rained all night. Slay.
Yeah, that's deep mud. This is so sad. I can't even laugh at this.
Everything is going wrong.
What was in that pink plastic thing in the trunk?
It's your suit. I had it clean. I thought it'd be a nice surprise.
Aww.
That was so sad. I can't laugh at these people's misfortune any longer. It worked for the beginning of the movie. Now I'm like, please. I want you guys to be okay.
You fucking shower, I'll get your fucking suit.
Hey!
Hey, little Yankee wuss!
Oh my god, dude, shut up.
He does not have time for you.
You gonna kick the shit out of me now?
His whole body went diagonally.
And he took the money. Close for flu.
Oh no! Well, you know, you look very dashing.
Listen, that's all we had. He had to come in a suit.
Mr. Gambini, are you mocking me with that outfit?
No, I'm not mocking you, Judge.
Then explain that.
Listen, not everyone has $1 million. Sometimes you gotta go to the secondhand store, dude.
I bought a suit. You seen it. It's covered in mud. So I had to get this in a secondhand store.
You on drugs?
Dude, that was the most valid thing he said in this courtroom.
I don't like your attitude.
What else is new?
I'm holding you in contempt of court.
It is a fucking surprise.
You better stop.
The evidence is going to show that a gunshot was heard by 3 eyewitnesses. Your verdict is going to depend on what you think.
Opening and closing statements are always so dramatic. Have a little
You're the jury.
flair of
It's your
theater.
job to decide who's telling the
The
truth.
fate of the world rests in your hands, gentlemen. It's that energy.
Of murder in the first degree for William Gambini, and a verdict of accessory.
Vinny's straight up asleep.
Gambini commit this heinous crime.
Everything was fine up until that. I don't think it's said that way, sir. I think you're adding an extra vowel in there somewhere.
Counselor.
Come on, it's time to make your opening statement.
You didn't tell me this was gonna stress me out so badly.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit.
Thank you.
That's how I argue.
Counsel's entire opening statement is argued.
The entire opening statement, with the exception of thank you.
The exception of thank you.
You will not use that kind of language in my court. You understand me?
Yeah.
He's like a teenager with his dad or something.
Yeah, I'll be real. He does seem like he's on drugs.
Counselor, your statement, sir.
Oh, well, this guy's not going to be any better.
Ladies and gentlemen of the
Oh.
January.
He looks so stressed.
I was gonna say, this is more than just a speech impediment, because he didn't have this earlier. He just has the worst public speaking anxiety.
The prosecution's case is circumstantial.
My guy, why did you become a lawyer if public speaking stresses you out to this degree?
We talked about
Well, I get a little nervous.
A little nervous.
I'm getting better.
I'm getting better.
So I looked out the window and I seen them 2 boys run out.
How far away were you?
About 50 feet.
Bro is falling asleep again.
You wear eyeglasses.
Sometimes.
And were you wearing them that day?
No. They're reading glasses.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's not wearing them now in court to talk to you.
Your witness.
He's a tough one.
Yes.
Stan's like, I'm gonna die.
Did you say you got a better shot at them going in and not so much coming out? The 2 Utes.
2 what?
This is another one that my dad and I quote to each other all the time. The 2 what?
Did you say Utes?
Yeah, 2 Utes. Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. 2 youths.
2 Utes.
He's like,
So
all
as I
right.
was saying.
The 2 Utes.
2 different men drive up in a similar-looking car, shoot the clerk, rob him, and then leave.
They didn't have enough time.
Obviously, it takes you 5 minutes to make breakfast.
And grits.
Eggs and grits. You like them regular, creamy? How could it take you 5 minutes to cook your grit? It takes the entire grit-eating world.
The guy at the diner
20.
told him how long it takes.
I'm a fast cook, I guess.
I'm sorry. Perhaps the laws of physics cease to exist
On your
on your
stove.
stove.
Another quote.
These magic grits?
Magic grits.
I mean, did you buy them from the same guy who sold
All right. We're getting a little theatrical.
Made your point.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
I may have been mistaken.
Someone's like, woo.
You're fired. I want him.
And we're back.
I'll find a way to bail you out.
No, don't. I'm gonna stay in prison tonight. Maybe I'll finally get some sleep.
Get some sleep in prison.
Good.
Yeah, no, good luck, buddy.
No, there's a riot. But you know what? He's from New York, so he could sleep through this.
What are these pictures of? And what is this brown stuff on the windows? What are these really big things right in the middle of your view?
Trees. Trees?
Trees?
Trees, that's
Doing
right.
good.
Don't be afraid. Just shout them right out when you...
Aww.
And these bushy things between the trees.
Bushes.
The bushy things are the bushes.
You could positively identify the defendant through this dirty window, these trees. Is it possible you just saw two guys in a green convertible?
Good point.
Well, I suppose.
I'm finished with this guy. Riley, when you saw the defendants, were you wearing your glasses? Over here, dear.
She's just like me for real.
Would you mind putting your glasses on for us, please? Now, how far were the defendants from you?
100 feet.
100 feet.
Taking the time to prove it scientifically.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, excuse me. Sorry.
Listen, it'll make a great point in court.
Okay, this is 50 feet. How many fingers am I holding up?
4. Thinking of getting thicker glasses.
Thank you.
There you go. He's doing good. He's doing better.
Well,
You did good out there today, Yankee. I like the
Yankee.
competition. Well, I got a little surprise for you tomorrow.
should I be worried?
I sure would be if I were you.
Uh-oh.
It's a little surprising how much evidence
Honey, where did you read about
there
all
is.
that
The fact that the
disclosure
cars
shit?
look the same, everyone happened to be looking out their windows and see these two guys.
I'm a special automotive instructor of forensic studies for the Federal Bureau of
Not the
Investigation.
FBI.
I object to this witness being called at this time, given no prior notice he'd testify. No discovery of any tests he's conducted, who might then be in a position to contradict the veracity.
How's that for procedures?
That is a lucid, intelligent, well thought out objection.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Overruled.
This is what happens when you constantly piss off the judge.
Yeah.
But also, if it's a real objection, he should be objective.
Same model and size tire of that rubber and analyzed the 10A dual column gas chromatograph with
What does that mean, my guy?
Is that thing turbocharged?
That's such an old man joke.
Mm-hmm.
Is that gizmo turbocharged? I'm like, come on, dude.
the chemical composition between the two samples was found to be identical.
But it's rubber, isn't it? I
And
don't
if
know.
it is the same model, yeah,
I don't know how it
they
works.
No
test.
further questions, Your Honor.
Me neither.
I
Like, are
don't
they
know
saying
enough
we
about
can
cars.
say without a shadow of a doubt that was the exact same tire, or we just know it was the same tire type?
I'd like to speak to you in my chambers. I just faxed the clerk of New York and asked him what he knew about Jerry Gallo. And
Jerry Gallo's dead. Oh, I'm Jerry Callow. See,
eventually the jig is gonna be up no matter what. But I guess you're buying yourself time because she's got to fax New York again and be like,
let's get this cleared
No.
up right now.
no, he can just do it.
Can I speak to the clerk? You can call back after 3. Your stay of execution. You happen to win this case in the next 90 minutes.
Sounds
We've got a
like
deadline.
challenge. This has made me so hungry for like roadside food. Just like a good omelet, a cup of coffee.
I got my pictures back.
I'm trying to think about the case now, okay? I'm sorry.
Can I help?
Can I help? I wish you could, but you can't.
You don't know
I don't know.
Okay, you help. We'll use your pictures. You know, I'm sorry, these are gonna be a help. I should have looked at these pictures before.
Don't need to do all this.
Here's a good one of the tire marks. Could we get any farther away? You did it! The case cracker! Me in the shower!
Bro.
This, that's it!
That is it! I'm out of here.
Lisa!
You can't after
No,
all that.
after
you
all
committed
that.
so hard. You committed so hard to being mean. No, you're not.
Sorry.
No, you're not. You're sorry because you did it. But the whole time you were doing it, you had zero sorry.
Please, can I have a 5-minute recess? Do me a favor. Please trace this. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need the phone. We have to make up.
We have to make up.
All the rage is gonna fuel her.
Your Honor, the defense...
It will fuel her intellect.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yeah.
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 Ooh, she's mad.
May I have permission to treat Miss Vito as a hostile witness?
Think I'm hostile? Now wait till you see me tonight.
Yeah, she's my fiancée.
Well, that would certainly explain the hostility.
He's like, understandable.
Why, dear, this witness is to the extent of her expertise. Well, in what way are you qualified? Have you ever worked as a mechanic?
My father's garage, yeah.
As a mechanic?
I don't like your tone, prosecutor.
Sir. What would the correct ignition timing? 327 cubic inch engine.
It's a bullshit question. It's impossible to answer.
Impossible because you don't know.
It's a trick question.
Why is it a trick question?
Watch this.
327 didn't come out till 62. However, in 1964, the correct ignition timing would be 4 degrees before top dead center.
Ooh. Go off.
She's acceptable, Your Honor.
She's acceptable. I like, though, that he, like, made her mad, so she's like, yeah, I gotta show you how knowledgeable I actually am.
I'd like to submit this picture of the tire tracks as evidence. 2 sets of guys driving identical metallic mint green 19. Does the defense's case hold water?
No. The defense is wrong.
Are you sure?
Because there is no way that these tire marks were made by a 64 Buick Skylark. Were made by a 1963 Pontiac Tempest.
Hey.
Would you like me to explain?
I would love to hear this.
So would I.
Bro is invested.
2 equal-length tire marks had positive traction, which was not available on the 64 Buick Skylark. The limited slip differential, which distributes power equal.
Obviously. I love the way she says it.
Tire mark goes up on the curb and the right tire mark stays flat and even. The 64 Skylark had a solid rear axle. This car had an independent...
Like, vaguely I understand what she's saying, but I have no idea what these words mean.
Made in America that had positive traction and independent rear suspension, and that was the 1963 Pontiac Tempest.
Oh. She knows she slayed that.
Now.
I'd like to recall George Wilbur. Mr. Wilbur, how'd you like Miss Vito?
How'd you like a testimony?
And is there any way in the world Buick that the defendants were driving made those tire tracks?
No.
No.
Mm-hmm. Got him good.
Wait, what do you have the sheriff look up?
Your Honor, I call Sheriff.
Did we find like the actual car?
What'd you find out?
If there was any information on a 63 Pontiac Tempest, the 2 boys who fit the defendant's description were arrested for driving a stolen metallic mint green 1963 Pontiac.
The face, he's staring daggers.
A .357 Magnum revolver was found in their possession.
I love everyone reacting.
What caliber bullet was used to murder Jimmy Willis?
.357 Magnum.
The defense rests.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Trotter?
The state like to dismiss all charges.
Yeah.
Order here.
Aww.
He did it. He came through for him.
Yeah, really.
Really, really lucky that his fiance is an expert in cars.
All the bags in the car. Okay, bring it around.
I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome. I hope we can do it again sometime.
Fine job, Mr. Gambini.
I do not hope to do it again sometime.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Then
Take your time, pick the right words, get back.
I gotta go. I am in a hurry.
Mr. Gambini.
So close.
I have a fax here from the clerk of New York. I owe you an apology, sir. Your courtroom manner may be rather unconventional. You're one hell of a trial lawyer.
Did Callow just happen to be a super successful lawyer?
Bye now.
Hi.
Is he just making shit up now?
What the hell was that all about back there?
Yeah.
Friend sent a fax to the judge.
What friends you got in the clerk's office? My friend.
Judge Malloy.
Oh.
So what's your problem?
My problem is I wanted to win my first case.
Stop it, dude. Come on.
You win all your cases, but with somebody else's help. You have to go up to somebody and you have to say thank you. Oh my God, what a fucking knife! You think I'm gonna marry you?
Well, you're not gonna marry me now?
Can't win a case by yourself. You're fucking useless.
Aww.
You don't get it, do you? That is not romantic. I want a wedding in church with bride.
She wants the whole thing.
Not romantic.
She got a point. She got a point. She's a good lawyer. And they just drive off into the sunset, man.
Mm-hmm.
I want a sequel about where they end up in their careers. So, friends, Robots Countrymen, that was My Cousin Vinny. Thank you for showing us, Hayley. That was honestly...
I love it.
Very self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the trial and the guy. It's not even really... I mean, I feel bad for Billy and Stan. It's not really about them.
No.
They're like preparing to potentially be put to death. And the movie's kind of like, come on, this isn't your story. Chill out, guys. But I don't know. It's kind of like just a character study of Vinny. Just, Vinny and Lisa as two characters. It's just like, well, what would they do? How would they act? Whew.
I love it. I love it so much.
I'm kind of surprised I've never seen that before, because it feels like a movie that my family would have watched when I was a kid, for sure. It's the same kind of, it's quick-witted humor. It's not really... There's a little bit of slapstick, some silly comedy, but it's not like Home Alone Joe Pesci.
No,
who's
not at all.
Slipping and falling everywhere. He is a serious guy, and you do root for him. It's just... the performances. It's very real humor. You're just like, yeah, no. I'd be doing the exact same shit, feeling the exact same way. I will say, I wish I hadn't seen, the famous scene, because the plot hinges on it, and so I kind of knew. I was like, I know how they're gonna win this. And that took a lot of the stakes away from, the courtroom drama element. But besides that, I don't know. I had just a good time. I felt real bad that, I thought the movie was gonna kind of follow Ralph Macchio and his bud a little more.
Nope.
But it really is. It's about My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
And so the second he's mentioned, the whole plot takes a turn, and you're like, okay, we're sticking with this guy, which I appreciate. I don't know. This brought up a lot of thoughts for me that I'd never considered about the legal system, or about participating in the legal system, because it's very elitist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about that in other professions. Obviously, that's true in other professions, but I've never really considered how many people there must be who are like, man, I would really love to go into law and be a lawyer. And because they're working multiple jobs, and they have to get the cheap suits, and they have to get the more affordable education and whatnot, it's really not as achievable without a lot of luck.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I'm a little indignant, because it got me thinking about that, and it's not the only profession like that. So I feel like, I don't know. I think it's good to see movies like this that are hey, if you're smart and you know stuff, you can do the job. Your job is to use reason and logic to defend or to condemn. And if you are smart and you've done your research, you can prove your point.
Mm-hmm.
But it literally it did remind me so much of Jeff from Community, because it's literally, he has a quote from that show at some point where he says, he was like, I learned at a young age that anything can be true if I talk long enough. He's like, I can make anything the truth if I talk for long enough. And that really is if you're educated and you know how to yap, which Vinny did. So, well done, Vincent.
Good for him. Oh, yeah. It's just, this is one of those movies that maybe it's because it doesn't stress me out in the same way I think you were stressed out in the first.
Oh, it was the first time viewing.
The first time viewing, yeah. So because I know everything's gonna be fine, it just makes me laugh now. So
it is kind of a feel-good movie too. Nothing has really crazy consequences. When Lisa and Vinny fight, you're not oh no, are they gonna be okay? Because they're
that's just who they
they're
are.
Just gonna angrily stick it out, and I kind of appreciate that. That is very much, it's a big New York stereotype of but then at the end of the day, you kiss and make up and you're friends again. So it was kind of comforting, and I will say the stuff that stresses me out, I put myself in that position. And so I was like, if I had to defend somebody who was charged with murder, I would be taking it so seriously.
Yeah.
But I think, like, given the circumstances, Vinny kind of exists as a character where you're like, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna get away. He'll figure it out. So you do kind of have to just sit back and say, okay, I'm just gonna let the guy mess up. I'm just gonna sit. He'll screw this up, but he'll figure it out eventually. And that is, like, I don't know. That's very comforting. It's a weirdly comforting movie. So, I'm so unused to the sensation of watching a straight comedy because we've been watching twisted, messed up Stephen King movies, horror, some musicals. Maybe we'll be getting back into some silly, goofy movies. There's a lot from this, like, late 80s, early 90s that I feel like I've missed and didn't grow up watching. So maybe we'll check some of those out. We'll probably be back with Misery at some point. It'll happen. I don't know why it's not available to rent anywhere, but so is the internet. Let us know what you thought of this reaction. Let us know what you think of this movie. Is this something you guys grew up watching? Did you just see it for the first time? If you know stuff about, I don't know, drop some, like, law fun facts in the comments, because I'm realizing I don't know anything. I don't know anything about courtroom procedures. I've never watched, like, courtroom shows. And I know courtroom television's not super accurate anyways, but even that was never my thing.
That's so interesting.
Right? Because I said I would love to sit in a courtroom.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch a trial. But I have no interest in watching, like, maybe it's because they're also reality TV-ish, and my love of, like, courtroom is overcome by my hatred of reality television.
Fair enough.
So, either way, drop some comments if there's interesting fun facts, just neat stuff that you think would be cool to know. Full-length reaction, uncut, unedited, will be on Patreon. That's in our bio, in our description. I don't really know what to call it. So please go check that out, and we'll be back here next week with another reaction. I don't know yet what it is, but hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we will see you next week.